I understand what it's like to feel insecure. I endured one of the worst insecurities of all, which is acne and spots. I felt unworthy of love in my own shell, and this is a terrible feeling. I remember when I would take selfies on Snapchat, I would hide my spots with the letters that I would put underneath the letters that would be my spots. Or maybe I would use a specific filter which would cover it, or maybe I would just hide behind my hand or my hair. Anything necessary to just hide away. But in real life, I couldn't hide away, and I felt tremendous anxiety when people would look at me continuously. I couldn't hide. And because you may see me now and think, well, your skin's fine now, well, it took a lot of work. Since we're speaking about anxiety, and my skins are no longer here, because you know, I'm glistening. Look at my forehead. It's been huge ever since I was little. My entries as well, they go quite far back. And this for a long time, I mean, you don't even know the type of procedures and things that I did to evade the wind, to evade going out without a hat, to evade just my worst enemy of all, revealing what I hid underneath my longer hair when I had it. And you don't even know to what extent I took this craziness of mine. And you won't understand it, nor will you understand the pain, unless you've actually lived it. And if you have lived the pain, or if you're still living it, know this. There is an end to it. Let me show you the other side. There are phases and practices which I'm going to give to you. Apply this and let your life and behavior change forever. And embrace the new warm sunshine instead of withering away in the dark and gloomy shade. So for the first step, we'll be using psychological knowledge which I've molded to our benefit, that I've used so far and that I continue to use. This is therapy desensitization, systematic desensitization, sorry, but it's different. What this does is just get you used to that thing that you fear, and you may think, well, phobias are different from insecurities, but you'll find that not so much so. Normally it's something like, let's say you've got arachnophobia, and they show you a photo of a spider, and then once you're okay with it, they show you a spider in a box in a room. Once you're okay with it, you go next to that box. Next, they take the spider away from the box. Next, you hold it in your hand, and that's essentially how it goes. So how about here? What can you do for your insecurities? Alright, I'm gonna give you two examples. So we'll go with mine. Forehead and spots. So what I did, as you probably saw in the introduction, is I took photos of myself. I took photos of myself not in like cool angles, no. I took brutal flash or no flash, whatever was worse, photos of my skin, and I looked at them. Now, it was painful, very painful at the time to see myself in such an ugly manner when I was more used to covering up and shying away. And it's not just with yourself, you can look up examples online, see people that have it much worse, and then think, well, I'm not so bad. Yes, you know, kind of ashamed for that person that you're comparing yourself to, but you don't know them, just imagine they're not real, and just feel pity for them, sure, but this is for your sake now. Photos, online examples, look in the mirror, truly look at your skin, or I don't know, a certain mark that you have in your body, or your height, or whatever it is. I think, this is what I am, but it's not so bad. Well, that's what you eventually come to. After you look at it for so long, you'll be like, I'm okay with it. It doesn't shock me anymore. But what happens is, when we hide so much from it and we pretend like it's not there, it doesn't exist, whenever we do encounter it, we're like, this is so terrible, we need to really cover up. Like in the olden times when a kid was born with a disability, it was a shame to the family and they used to never speak about it. Now if you have a disability, it's different, you know, we're much more accepting of these things. Now we see somebody with a disability outside, and we're not like, you know, like toddlers do. We kind of say, we're like, yeah, it's part of life. Maybe it's a reminder to be grateful that you're walking and with all your limbs. But yeah, the first phase is the desensitization and getting used to it. I can't say the word, sorry. The second step is to bear it, not with pride, but bear it openly, just to practice getting more and more used to it. For example, I started styling my hair back. Never in my life I did that. I started putting it all the way back. I felt real good. I felt like I was some Leonardo DiCaprio or something, getting out the shower, all styled back. Yes, my entrances, you know, they were like over there somewhere and I was over here, but nevertheless I started doing it. I actually got a couple of compliments saying, oh wow, you look stylish today, and I thought to myself, wow, this is what I've been running away from. And I know maybe somebody's way worse than me and they're gonna see this and be a bit triggered. Look man, there's always somebody worse than you, but this is about coming to terms and coming to peace with yourself. To me, it was worse. There was few people that were worse than me and in my reality, and maybe it's the same for you. Well, in that case, in our own lives, we are in the same boat. Now an example with the spots. What could you do if you were insecure about your spots, for example? Instead of taking photos with the filters and with everything, just take a plain, boring, simple photo. Everybody, let's take Snapchat again, for example. It's been so long since I've used social media, I don't know if people like even send photos anymore or what's been used or whatever. But when I use WhatsApp and Discord, I send a bunch of selfies. I'm like, yo, and I guess I'm used to it. Anyway, send selfies without hiding away behind a filter. Yes, you will look much greater in a filter, but then you won't use the filter and you'll be like, oh well, now I need that filter. So don't even start. Quit now. Quit filters now. And don't shy away behind your face, behind your hand, behind your hair. Maybe it's your hairstyle. If that's really your intention, your hairstyle, that's fine. But if you're doing it because you're afraid of your forehead and that's the only reason, or maybe you want to cover up spots, reveal it. Do what you want with your hair, but don't use it as an excuse or an escape. Don't hide from nothing. Let your beautiful, or maybe you don't feel beautiful, but let your beautiful face come to light. Whenever you hear a snapping of the fingers, make sure that you fix your posture and you take deep breaths into your diaphragm from your nose. Enjoy the video. Becoming more open about these insecurities will help you be less shy about them. Maybe the next time that you're going to meet somebody new, maybe you're going to a new place of work or a new class or on a date, well, go to the dates. And don't think, I hardly get any dates, this is gonna make it worse. Don't worry about that. Don't have that scarcity mindset. I mean, don't go on dates in the first place. Anyway, put your head back if you got something like forehead like me, or just don't hide your face behind a mask or anything like that. If you've got spots and you want to hide them, or maybe you can have thin lips and you're insecure about them, accept yourself. Which actually brings us to the third and final phase, to accept it and to improve on it. For almost everything, there are solutions. For example, skincare routines, or for example, diet, hair care routines. I'm actually a lot better than I was, but a video will be coming after I finish my experiment. There is one thing that you need to watch out for when you are improving yourself, right? To improve is not to hide. This won't resolve any matters. Don't put makeup just to hide something that you don't like, and don't put height on your shoes just to make yourself taller if you're insecure about your height. Anything that's artificial is not a solution. Don't be fake. Don't be artificial. Don't fake it till you make it. No. Faking it will only take longer to make it. Become this thing, this happy person, and the insecurities will slowly fade away. Another thing that you can do to accept it, apart from making it better, you can do jokes about it. It is important to not just do jokes about it in a harsh way, about yourself continuously, and to do it with people that are close to you, not new people, because that'd be a little bit awkward and maybe they build the wrong image about you. But somebody that knows you better, it's okay. For example, with my closest friends, I mean, look at this dude, man. It's on the wall. He makes fun of my forehead all the damn time. I mean, I used to make fun of his teeth all the time as well, but they're better now. But it's okay, because I can feel love even when he's being a dickhead. And what's important is that I don't feel so offended that I can't make these jokes myself. So I tried to think of a joke, but I couldn't. But usually you come with these on the spot. Be more playful with yourself and with the things that you have in your body, and accept them. Each day you'll be more and more comfortable with yourself, and you would have overcome trials which other people haven't been exposed to. Your own self-love will be much greater than most of people that don't have to suffer these things. And the most interesting thing about all of this, you'll find that just by simply accepting it, it slowly disappears and fades away, like a magical phenomenon. In some sense, it's similar to these friends of ours. We all have that one friend that, I'll go for the spots again. They can eat whatever they want. They never get spots. They have whatever lifestyle. They never have spots. And then you have a chocolate bar. We have a chocolate bar. Just everything, right? Like Corona just takes over the world. It takes over our face. Just swarmed with spots. Well, these people don't seem to really notice spots as much as we do. It's curious. It's like in the reality, it doesn't exist. The more we accept it, the less prevalent they seem to be in our life. I made this video after speaking to a viewer saying that they struggle with this, and I thought, I struggle with this, so I can make a video about it. So if he's watching, hope you enjoyed it. Strive to be 1% better every day, have a beautiful life, and much love.